Guys, how's it going? We're just going to catch up. We have been offline for a couple of weeks, and what we've done is what we've really realized is doing this once a week is a lot, and we've all got stuff going on. So we're going to move to a 2 week kind of thing, and maybe make the episodes a little bit longer. So we will have a demo for you next week, and that's something we're going to do. But today we're just catching up, and we're just going to get on and find out about Aronde's show that he just had on the weekend. So, and it runs till the end of June, I believe, right? Is that right?
But anyway, so yeah, the show is called Soft Life. It goes until June 27th. It's a duo show with uh Kashida and myself, and you can find out all the information on the socials. But that show was it was really great yesterday to open it.
Nice.
He had a he has the basic collective of people that comes all the time, but then there's a whole bunch of new people that came. Some people never seen art before,
Right.
and this was me and Kashida's first time meeting this year.
Right.
Kenny, the gallery owner, put us together, and you know, the work coexists. You know what I'm saying? We had totally different styles, but that
Yeah.
was a good thing.
Yeah, yeah,
You
I
know?
noticed that. Actually, I was looking through the work, and I thought, you have your figurative style, and then there's a
Yeah.
little bit more abstract for Kushida, right?
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
a bit more interpretive kind of thing, contemporary. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like some of the pieces. It was good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun. And then being around the way, as we say, I'm from Germantown, right? Well, I'm from Mount Airy, but Germantown is just close by.
Yeah,
And my studio is in Germantown, like 6 or 7 blocks down from the gallery. So it just really felt like being home and being able to do a show, which was a relief,
yeah, yeah,
right? So many times we got to travel to this country, that
yeah,
city,
yeah,
or
Yeah.
further miles away from where you are.
yeah,
It becomes hectic, right?
yeah.
So this was cool. I'm excited. You know how galleries are. It's the aftermath of the opening that counts.
Right.
So
Mhm.
some people were, oh, about that. They checking it out. Then they go and check out the CD pennies. Then democracy comes in. You better not bring no painting in the house without you telling me. So you got to tell your husband or your wife what you're
Yeah,
trying to do. So it's a lot of that stuff going on.
yeah. Big.
But it's just always fun to be in your element,
Yeah,
you know, because you know
Yeah.
how it gets. Like, we talk all the time. Sometimes you're setting up for a show, and when you set up for a show, you question yourself, like, I don't even know if people gonna come to this thing, and I don't even
Mhm.
know if this is worth looking at. But that all goes out the window once something is hanging up.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
good because obviously you're exposing yourself to more of your local community. So you
That's what I'm,
yeah. So you
that's the part that's fun.
yeah,
It's like a small world, and then the people that you see to show up that are your friends, or just people that you've seen but you never knew who they were.
yeah,
They're there at the show, and it's, oh, that's you do that, and I said, you did that. I just thought you walked around in the city, but so it's all that kind of thing. I didn't really invite people, my own people. I ever really do that.
right.
But the usual suspects come. Like, I'm lucky. My mom always come to my events because
Nice.
she just want to come to the event. She said,
Of
"Well,
course.
when's your event?" I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, Sunday. You coming? You know I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there." So that's all good, man. Yeah, yeah. And my sister, she doesn't understand art. She says one day she said, so what's that? You sold a lot of stuff? I said, well, it's a gallery show. It's not like that with this. Then she said, well, I don't know what that means. But I said, well, galleries, it's a kind of wait thing. Sit down and wait. Sometimes you
Mhm.
might sell out a whole show, but that's rare. And especially when they are self-established galleries.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Where
Totally.
it's like you gotta put the legwork in. So we're all really just trying to figure it out together.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
when people come, you kind of looking around to see what happens, see how people responding to the work,
Yeah.
seeing what they think about the prices. And I heard a lot of people say, "Oh, those prices are great." So you're like, "Oh, cool, good."
Yeah.
And what I like to do with pricing, I like to be kind of like, I think I know what's going on in the art world by not really, but I go to enough galleries to say, well, okay, you can ask for that.
Yeah.
Or right, you want to ask for that, but you don't have to ask for that. So just let's go in the middle somewhere. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's how I try to price my work. But I think it works because I had a couple people come. They say, "Oh, I'm gonna come back," but they say, "Oh no, the prices were really nice."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, good." And then I try to tell people. Some people say, "This is my first time in the gallery. Sorry, brother. I ain't really coming to buy anything. I just come to look." I said,
Yeah.
"Oh no, this is what it's about. You
Yeah.
come to look."
Mhm.
I say, either way with me, if I'm doing a festival, if I'm doing a show, I say I'm always low pressure, low sell pressure. I'm not a salesman
Yeah.
like that. I mean, if you want to buy it, that's cool. I always need money, and I always like money, but I'm not the guy that's going to jump down your throat, and that's the only way you can talk to me is about buying something.
Totally,
So
totally, yeah, yeah. No, nothing worse than high pressure sales. But you know what? If someone's going to buy a piece, they gotta connect with it. They gotta fall in love with it, and that
yeah,
Yeah.
that their inside will tell, their heart will tell them. It's like I
I'm
gotta.
telling you, and that's what you are witness at the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of such and such, and what made you do that? And so that's when we cooking. Like, okay, good.
Yeah,
Now we
Yeah.
got a conversation.
and yeah,
Not like
yeah. I mean, people come in just to look, and they say they want to look the first time in a garden. They want to have that experience, right? So then
tell you, I know I do.
yeah, that'll hook them into going to
Yeah.
another show and to another show, and eventually, they'll become.
Yeah.
It's an experience. It's a great experience, man.
It is. I've been to places where I say, "Oh man," go back to Kruger. Like, he used to have work in pop art in New York, and
Yep.
I had to go 2 hours away just to go see this stuff.
Yeah.
But I couldn't enjoy it. They wouldn't let me. As soon as I walked in there, they standing in there with me.
Yeah.
That's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't even breathe it in.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he ain't gonna let me leave. He gonna let me live. But I said, I'm here. But I said, oh man, that's horrible.
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, obviously they're commission sales, right? They're looking to make
Oh
some
yeah.
sales and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
I think that's where you do in-person markets yourself as the artist. You don't have to worry
Mm-hmm.
about that as much.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
don't have people trying to sell on your behalf. Like, and I noticed when I did my show 2 weeks ago, was it last? No, 2 weeks ago,
Yep.
that people would come and look. So I'd kind of just stand back and I made sure I had all my prices on the pieces and visible so they
Right.
didn't have to
Mm-hmm.
ask me how much things
Yeah.
were. And it made a big difference. Like I
Yeah.
put
Big difference, right?
signs out and I sold it one of my larger originals and had a lady coming and she kept walking by and looking and looking and she'd stop and she'd I'm taking that, but I'm gonna go around
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And, so, and she came back and she offered to pay for it before she did her loop around. And I said, no,
Yep.
I'll keep it for you. Don't worry about it. And she just fell in love with it and took it. And she said, I like how you have everything set up and you can see how much everything costs and everything is nice and clear and visible. And a lot of people don't do that. Like they'll just leave it
Yeah.
to you to kind of ask. And a lot of people won't ask, they'll walk away.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like
Totally.
Yeah.
I was guilty of that just because I didn't have signage. Or no, we had signage, but we didn't have anything to stick them on to the
Mhm.
board. It worked out on my behalf because I know I wasn't gonna go high.
Right.
And whatever I was going to say was going to be like, okay, good, and it wound up working. But I don't like that either. I don't like going to a place to shop and don't know
Yeah.
because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to ask them. And,
Totally.
Yeah, and they say
It's,
some
it's,
exorbitant price or something.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's exactly the same as working online, right? It's like
Yeah.
I don't post any prices on my stuff on the thing,
Mhm.
right? People have no idea. But I think there's a big portion of people that won't even attempt to buy it because they just assume it's
That's the truth.
right. So they
It's
just
out of their
They tell
range.
you.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
tell you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I can't afford none of this. I'm like, how you know?
I know, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
and I get it. I get it. It's the artist's fault maybe for not for having that kind of wall up, and they should say, "Hey, this is how much my stuff is," and so everyone knows. It's like
Mhm.
full disclosure. Here we go. If you can afford this piece, this piece, this piece, there's like different levels, different tiers. It appeals to different people, and it's like if
Yeah.
small piece, it's like $150. Hey, someone
Oh yeah.
might get that, but you got a $10,000 massive piece on the side. It's like,
But they had to see it.
yeah,
They had to see there's some numbers up there somewhere.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because even with cards, now once again, I didn't have cards because they drained me out and I just didn't re-up for the cards. But he was at the gallery, so he had his personal cards.
Yeah.
And we're lucky now we had a technology that could save us at the nick of time where we can say, well, I can take your, but it's still good to have physical things. So we got to remember that, like don't ever get rid of those things.
Yeah. Plus, like as far as if you don't have cards, I mean, a QR code is always a good one
Yeah.
to scan the phone. Everyone's got a phone, right? So you scan the phone.
Yeah.
What I found was instead of sending people, and there's probably a big mistake, but instead of sending people to my website, I would have my QR code to my Instagram because that's instantly they can see everything and instantly you can get that follow. So they're hooked or they're connected to you instantly. If you go to a website, they might look through it and then forget your website and that. But if you go to your Instagram, at least they've connected in some way, right? So you say, hey, shoot me a follow or something. So, and
There's a lot of people who won't do that though too. So like the older crowd, they don't have Instagram.
That's what I was going to say.
People don't have social media for whatever
So
reasons.
true. So true. Yeah.
That's why.
Give them
Yep.
like a business card or a postcard or something with your information on it.
That tangible thing in their hand, never lose.
Yeah.
Even the gallery owner was saying that Kashida told her that he collects them cards and he posts them all on his thing. And she said, I never thought about that. Because she was like, I was worrying about an email list, but if I have all these cards, I could remember where I got to know these people from.
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to do little postcards, and I had two sides sports card. I had a music guy on one side, like it was a Miles Davis something. On the other side, a sports card. It was like a Trevor Linden Canucks thing. So they have it, and it's got my info on both sides. And then they take it home and they can stick it on their fridge. And if they're into sports, they put the sports. If they're into music, they can put the music. So it just double whammy, right? So and of course, people will put it on the fridge or put it on the wall or put it on their clipboard, right? So and it's like stickers. Stickers are great because you give a kid a sticker, my kids, I got it. They're like, I gotta stick it somewhere. I gotta stick it somewhere, So that's permanent advertising, right?
The human touch, man. That is never gonna go out of style. I don't care what we do with all this internet and all this jazz, but people need to hear that.
Absolutely. So, Cynthia, your show a couple weeks ago, how everything was
it went really well. And I mean, I'm kind of in the middle of a big transition with my more fine art because last year I was more focused on my illustration and like doing prints and doing my sweary art, which if you're not familiar, it's little birds with sweary sayings and people were buying them, but the sales have slowed down over the past year. So I thought, well, I gotta do something different. And I've been trying to do mixed media paintings, which I really love doing. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna scrap everything I did last year and start over, which has been a big process. Like, oh, I'm not going to do that anymore. So what am I going to do? And figuring out what to sell. So I've been working on different pricing tiers, like what you guys were saying, like having small originals, mid-size and large. And it seems like the small to mid was the big thing at this show. It's just a small community, and so it's just like we only had, I think, not only, but about 300 people come through the first night, and then the second day was about the same, I think. And a lot of people just come because they want to support the community. They're not there to buy. They want to just see who's out there and who's doing what. But I did sell some of my smaller size pieces. So I thought, okay, there's something to that, to have a good range of things. And a lot of people are older and they're not buying things, or they say, oh, I live in a small apartment, I don't have space for a big piece, or they're not buying, they're trying to downsize, but they'll take a small piece and they say, I can put this in a frame, or I can hang it on the wall, or put it in the bathroom or whatever. And so I picked up a few good cues from it as far as that goes, along with having super clear pricing. Like I made sure everything said original, had the price, and it was right in front of it so people could see and they didn't have to ask, which was huge. Because people you don't want to get a price and I can't afford that and put it back. Like you don't want to embarrass somebody. So that was huge as well. So you just kind of pick up on what people are looking at and what people are commenting on, and then sort of say, okay, well, this is working and this isn't working, and take that to the next one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And especially I mean, you got to think of economy today, right? I mean, like art,
Mhm.
it's, no one's buying the massive pieces consistently, right? But the small pieces
Yeah,
they'll buy for their
Yeah,
grandchildren or they buy for the desk or, and
yeah,
just a small thing. And that's accessible and it's supporting an artist and
yeah,
it's a good thing. And I think people like to go and support artists. I think they like to have, hey, I've got
yeah,
a piece from this artist down. And it's a story too, right? We always talk about the story, which is really important to meet the artist and have that
yeah,
connection, and whether it's a small
yeah,
piece, big piece, that's your connection. And you have a story that you met someone and you've done something and you've got something
yeah,
kind of an original, right? So, yeah,
I
that,
think
yeah.
also too. I'm thinking, oops, uh-oh. Back. Sorry. Now, I said also what I was thinking about. Listen, I'm looking at you, Dave. I said also if you come at it on a different surface, you know
yeah.
what I mean, instead of the
Oh, so,
traditional just canvas
Mhm.
and this and that. They might say, "What's this square block?" And it
yeah,
might have a piece of art on it. Then they said, "Oh, that's cool. I don't have to hang this anywhere. I could
right.
just plop this in my." So something like that is cool too.
Yeah. And for me, I mean, it's weird. I haven't been posting. So I had someone come up to me the other day and they said, "Hey, have you been posting lately?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't. I just
Yeah,
haven't." It was like, but it was like one of those things where I'm going through a bit of a transition too, and I really thought about my Instagram and stuff like that, and I think we talked about it, we touched on it last time, but it was like I'm so kind of done with it a little bit.
yeah,
I feel like it was such a I was always like running on the wheel, right? I was trying to post and trying to get in, and it was like, am I getting this and getting that? And then I was gauging it on likes and gauging it on stuff like that. And then I just thought, I just don't care anymore.
yeah.
Um, it's a
Make it
good,
work for you.
it's a good landing page for
Hmm.
someone to go and see. It's like a scroll through. It's like a little display of what I do, like an array of everything I do. It's kind
Yeah,
of like a mini website kind of thing. But I've decided not to put so much weight on the Instagram. It's
Oh yeah,
like, yeah, I just feel like just kind of just stepping back a little bit and just kind of
control it. You
yeah,
control it.
control it.
Don't
Yeah,
let them control you because
yeah,
that's I'm the same
yeah,
way. Because
exactly.
I have stuff that I don't post, and I'm not going to
Yeah,
because you don't want them to see every single thing.
yeah,
Um, and it's better that way, right? Because you might be putting out a book one day, and if I look through your book and I seen everything on Instagram, it's like, oh. But
yeah,
imagine if I see 20, 30 pages, I never, oh wow.
yeah,
Then you
yeah,
back to loving Dave again.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
So yeah, just as like control it, but stay on it because we on
yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah, for
And
sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I repost a lot of things. Somebody said, "Oh, you just had like 5 Michael Jackson things." I said, "Man, that stuff is like reposted."
yeah,
If you look down on my page, you'll see all that stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you're always seeing new people that never seen you, so they don't know, and
yeah,
they're not going to go back down to 2014.
Exactly, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
Unless they want to see you for real. Yeah,
Scroll.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Who's got time for that? But it's
yeah, right.
yeah, and it's like what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stop trying to put production value into my reels and stuff like
Oh yeah, for sure.
it's just a lot of work, so much work. It'll take me hours. I'm not even. It's ridiculous. I'm so out of touch. But it takes hours. And I put it up there, and it's like got it down to like 30 seconds or 40 seconds, and you put it up there, and it's like, and I'm like, oh fuck you,
Yeah,
you
you
and
know.
need
that's the
thumbs
same
up.
thing with work in progresses. I said I'm gonna stop doing that too because once you get to the progress, it's like they lose interest in what you really want them to see. They think they only seen it, and they like not interested. So it's like, oh
Yeah.
man, I
So
gotta do this.
yeah. What I figure I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do some like some key pieces, some like put some effort into some like good pieces, and then just bang. There you
Mhm.
go, bang. There you go, and
Yeah, just use it.
every now and again, just drop them in. Keeps
It's
it.
only important. You know who does something? Kadir Nelson. Did you notice he doesn't post until he like finish a project
Right.
and he'll drop off. Like now I see he's doing the advertising to school and all that. But even that was years in development. So
Yeah.
when you have something that you really want to put out, that's when you reappear. And then people will love you again. They'll be back. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
And I think there's something to be said about taking the break from it for a week or two, because what
mm,
happens is that algorithm. so the algorithm. I don't even know what like an algorithm, but anyway, so it's like the gatekeeping of Instagram and Facebook and stuff is if you haven't done it for a while, then you put something up. They actually turn the tap on a little bit to get it out there because they
Yeah.
want, oh, give him some love, give him some love.
Mhm.
Because he always we want him come back, get back engaged on it too. So there is an advantage to taking a couple week break and then putting something up special because it kind of refreshes everyone's algorithm and you kind of get back into the thing again. So
And then people miss
you
you.
find
My
so yeah.
favorite artist is back.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
find I'm going the kind of opposite direction because I've been
Mhm.
taking classes about Instagram and like
oh yeah,
posting skills and figuring out what I need to do to share my story.
yeah.
Just because I'm not the kind of person who usually will put my face on.
Right.
That's
And
even good, right?
yeah, I mean, and they do say that if
Yeah,
personal engagement, right? It's the people that talk
yeah,
or overdub their stuff
yeah,
and then show themselves in their house. That's the ones that kind of do get a bit more engagement because they feel like a mini documentary almost.
yeah. And it just gives you like my whole world is online. Like I work with people online that I've worked with for years and I've never talked to, like ever.
That's why I say you gotta stay on there. You have to
Yeah.
stay on.
So
Somebody was
people
asking me
kind
at the
of
show.
like seeing you talk or like seeing you show things, even if it's just for a second. So
Yep,
the
that's
art
true.
directors are on there and want to see who you are and want to support you. And if you're kind of a dink, they're not going
Yep,
to
Yeah.
support you.
yep.
But
Oh,
if
right.
you're
Yeah.
a nice person and showing who you are and this is my work, they'll be like, oh, I want to work with them.
Totally.
So
And it makes
yeah.
you come across as more vulnerable, more
Mhm.
open. So it's like people they feel like they know you. Like if you
Yeah,
Mhm.
if you
exactly.
if you've been online with someone for 2 years and then suddenly you meet them in person, you'll just hit it off like a house on fire because you feel like they
Yeah,
know you already, right? So it's like that big
Yeah.
connection. So that is important too. I totally get that. So
Yeah.
yep.
I have a client who I've worked with for, all the way over 20 years. And we finally met in person last year. She
like,
came
Hmm.
into Vancouver and I went over to see her, and it was just like, oh, you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we spent a few hours together and then parted ways. And it was just like, oh,
like an old
brother.
yeah. It's
Hmm.
great. It's great. That's really
Yeah.
cool. That's a cool connection, and you'll have that connection now forever. Yeah, you guys be friends forever.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's good. It's really good. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
That's how it works. Look at us, Dave. I mean, Cynthia,
yeah.
all of
Shit, man. What year was that? Oh, how many years ago was that?
2011. Yeah,
Wow.
ain't that something? 2011.
Yeah, 15 years, man. Wow.
Wow.
And you don't look a day older, brother. You look great.
That's what they tell me.
You got a baby face,
I,
man. So look at you.
yeah, I ain't look like this 11 years. I probably did. I don't know, but whatever. I'm still here.
Look at you. No gray hair. Look at me. Jesus.
They here, but this little thing called shaving, and I pop them up. But hey, it's just not enough where I'll say I can let it come in.
Yeah.
So when I cut it, it's just like they disappear, but they're there.
You got a young soul, man. It's good.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. I said, I did that piece 27 years ago. She said, what? 27 years ago? Who? She said, you was around then? I said, look, don't tell that lie. I don't look that young. But when my mom was there, I said, well, you see my mom. She said, well, yeah. So my mom's 75 years old, but you can't
Wow.
tell.
Wow. That's good, man. It's good genetics. Yeah, no. So what else? What else? Everyone got coming up? Anything? You got any more shows coming up or anything? Or is there
Well,
anything?
what's going on with you, Cynthia?
Well, I have a bunch of stuff happening with my studio tour group. We have 4 shows this year, so
It's
I'm
nice.
getting ready for the next one, which is mid-July.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then I have another show at a local cafe restaurant in
Hmm.
October, which also is another studio tour month. So I'll be in 2 places at once for that one. And
Yeah.
then I'm doing an Arts on the Avenue in Ladysmith, which is on the island, and they closed down a whole street and it's all art.
Oh,
So
nice.
it'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just preparing for fall winter as well. I have a few shows coming up, and then
Yeah.
when I was at the show 2 weekends ago, a woman came up to me and she's looking through my stuff and, oh, I like this, and she started chatting and she said, oh, I'm on the selection committee at the MAC,
Uh-huh.
which is our local gallery. And
Nice.
I said, oh, yeah, I applied for a show there for next year. And she goes, I know.
Well, oh,
And so we talked, and then she left, and oh,
uh,
Bobby, yeah, nice to meet you. And then the next day, I got an email saying I had a show there for
Yeah.
next year. So that was exciting.
that's how this works.
Yeah, and you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
The catalyst for that was probably seeing your stuff in person and meeting
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
Meeting. Yeah.
And she
That
was
was
like,
the
okay,
big.
get
Yeah.
her in because that's
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah,
Yeah.
good for you, and that's awesome. That's really really good. And it just it just it that's just a small aspect of what we said. It's like meet the artist. It
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's a connection that you can't put a price on, and
Yeah.
to show your work to so they can see it in real life. It's like
Yeah. Especially when a lot of the submissions now are all done online and you
fine.
send in
Mhm.
pictures of your work, and it's hard to imagine the person behind it and what
Yeah,
it looks like in person. So I think
yeah,
that's why she came as well, to meet me, but to see what
yeah.
it actually looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
Good.
Right.
And I mean,
Yeah.
even things like, you send someone a photograph or something, and the colors on every
Yeah.
screen, every monitor is different, every color setting's different. Like, so you're never
Yeah.
gonna get that true thing until you see it. Then you hear that, wow, that real impact, which is
Just
Yeah.
like you were saying before, the scale, you don't even know the scale.
yeah,
Something could be
Yeah.
3 inches or it can be like
yeah,
300 feet.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
know,
Exactly.
yeah.
yeah.
So what's going on is we having an artist talk. I don't know when, but the show stays up to the 27th of June. And I'm going back to the Black Boy Art Show in Brooklyn,
Oh,
um
wow.
Cool.
14th of June.
Yeah,
Either 13th or 14th, but whatever that Saturday is.
Mhm.
yeah.
I'll be back. I'll be there. I met this girl, Bobby Brown, like the makeup artist. She
Oh,
came,
yeah.
she used to live in Brooklyn, but she moved to Delaware and she came to the show. And she actually was like a trademark lawyer or something like that, like trademark or property lawyer for the artist.
Mhm.
And she said, I'm from Brooklyn. I said, oh, wow, I'm going back to Brooklyn. I'll be in Brooklyn. Now, this will be my first time back in New York for some years. I had a couple shows in New York, Manhattan. I had a duo show there, and I was doing some stuff with Dre, the
Cool.
17 show there. So we just like did all the boroughs, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going back to some big warehouse that they're going to take hostage of, and the Black Boy Art Show is going to be there. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that'd be good. And after your success in Washington, man, that's gonna be huge. So make sure you
Mhm.
take a bunch of prints, man, because you'll probably sell them.
Oh, I know, man. It's just like for my strategy is like I'm stacking back up on Sweet Prince of the Ghetto.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
if I
Yes.
have just a pile of these, I
Yeah.
can come out of here and retire.
Hey, you know what? Hey, man, I tell you, it's hot commodity right now. But just get
Yeah.
working on it and unveil a new MJ painting, man.
Well,
Mhm.
Do that, because
I
that'll be
got but that's I gotta so I can just unveil the original Michael Jackson stuff that I do have,
uh,
and hopefully somebody buy that. But I do have something special that I'm working on. Um, to let people know I'm going to be in Brooklyn. So that's why I say I haven't been posting anything because you gotta give people something to be excited about
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know,
that's how that's how we grew up when our music artists would go on hiatus. You're like, when they making the next album? And it'd be like 2 years later, or maybe if you're lucky, like it's just a year later.
yeah,
But when they came back out, you was excited again. We need
yeah,
to
Yeah.
bring that back to the
Yeah.
world,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
for sure,
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, MJ's the hottest commodity out there right now, man. It's like
Yeah, did you see the movie?
I haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it yet. Me and the wife, we want to go and see it this week because now that there's a big controversy now. Are we going to see the Michael Jackson movie, or is she going to go with the girls to see the Devil Wears Prada movie? So it's like,
Yeah, I took myself to the movies for the first time in years Friday, but I was tired,
yeah,
and I said, "Oh man, they just showed all these damn previews." I said, "When they
well,
gonna show the movie?" So I don't even know if the movie was as good or for one, like I said, well, Michael Jackson movie growing up, I think people our age, we're going to be very opinionated
Yeah.
because we've seen a lot of the things.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoilers away, but I'm just like so skipping around it.
Yeah.
So some of the things I was like, oh, okay, I could see why they did what they did. And then some of the stuff I was half asleep, so I said, man, I gotta watch this again when I'm not asleep. But all I could say, it was entertaining, and it was good to see Mike in the light that we kind of remember.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The innocent, soft-hearted guy
Yeah.
who wanted to just like find his way. So that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
But it was nice. I liked it.
Yeah. Paddy went and saw it, and he said it was fun. He said the music and the dancing was just awesome, man. It was just,
See, and everybody is different, right?
Yeah.
What they bring to what they want to see, and that's why I say I don't have nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah.
It's just be like I'm just going to be very opinionated, just because. I mean, I just think I lived through
yeah,
the
yeah,
main,
for sure.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
But
no.
I do say this. One thing I always hate about any of the Jackson movies or plays is that they always do Marlon dirty by making him like he was like 20 years older than Mike. And they were just a year apart. And they were the same size at one point, but they always make it like Mike is the little brother, the cutie little brother. But there was the two cute guys hanging with the big boys. And I like that. And I think they should play on that a little harder. But you know what it's about. And we can get it. We get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Undeniable, Mike was the man.
On that note, guys, we got less than a minute here left, ready to go. But really good catching up with you. I'll FaceTime you in 2 seconds, and we'll carry on the conversation. But until then, we will see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yo,
Hang in there. We're getting our shit together. We're gonna get on this. Okay. Cheers.